Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Shaq here, and welcome to Star Trek Online. My captain, Captain Shaq, of the USS Extra Parts. It's a little bit different today, as it is Star Trek Day. We're streaming this over on Twitch right now, so if you see stuff pop up, that's what that is. We are gonna go check out the museum. So, let me go ahead and log into the Extra Parts. Beam to the bridge. Hey Jordan, thank you for that year sub. I appreciate it. So it looks like there's been a big update for Star Trek Day. There is a museum that's been established over Earth Space Dock. We're out in the middle of sector space right now. I actually don't know where we are. Oh, we're in Vulcan space still. Yeah, that's right. We're in Vulcan space. But there is a museum over Earth Space Dock, so we're gonna head back to the Sol.
Lost contact with Federation.
I need to turn that off because that's the like auto give quest thing. Over Earth Space Dock, there's a museum, and over Deep Space Nine is what Chad has been telling me. So the goal today is to go in. I hear it. I hear it. What? Bye. All kinds of stuff going on. All right, let's open a map. Let's set a course back for Earth. Where is Earth located? Wolf 359. Oh, there's the Sol system. That's how close the Borg got. Set a course. Ah, the Extra Parts looking good. We're heading home. Are we already here? There's the Sol system. I would like to fly around the Sol system for a second. I have never spent the time. There's Earth. Entering standard orbit, Captain. All right. Let's head to the museum. Apparently today is Star Trek Day. Yeah, I was unaware too. It's the anniversary of Star Trek as a whole, which is great because I just binge watched, and we've been talking about this all day because we've been playing Empire at War and just talking sci-fi. I just binge watched, and I don't know why people don't like this show, Lower Decks. And it was amazing. I was laughing my ass off.
Citizens of the Federation and her allies, it is my honor to introduce the official Starfleet Ships of the Line Museum. This undertaking, made possible by the help of so many of you, is to educate the galaxy at large about the history of some of the greatest ships to serve in Starfleet, and allow you to look at full-sized replicas of the ships, lovingly recreated and restored. Please, take your time and peruse this look back at our history. I know that I, myself, have already spent several days staring in wonder at these pieces of the past, preserved and revived for this day. After one standard Earth Day, the exhibit will move to several museums and galleries around the galaxy, but it will be visible once a year above Earth Space Dock and Deep Space Nine on this most important date.
Thank you, Mr. President. Well, I could already see the USS Enterprise next to the USS Enterprise. So what I'm guessing is these are different variations. Let's go ahead and set a course and go check it out. There's another Enterprise over there. A lot of Enterprises. I love that broadcast, it sounded like it was just going out to all ships. Oh, anyways, full impulse, as slow as that is for us. Let's go down the line. There's the Enterprise D right there. I can tell from here what that one is. Ye old Galaxy class. Can't tell what that is. Maybe the Defiant because it's so small? That's Voyager. That's gotta be Sovereign, right? Oh, look at her. (1701). No bloody A, no bloody B. Nice. I love that probably people in chat right now are like, I have that one. Now, can we beam aboard? Because it would be really cool. Visit the USS Enterprise 1701. Yes!
Space, the final frontier.
The most celebrated starship of her time, the Constitution-class Enterprise had over 40 years in service to Starfleet. Most of that time included her celebrated 5-year mission from 2265 to 2270. It was under the command of James T. Kirk. Besides her initial mission goals of seeking out new life and new civilizations, the Enterprise assisted many in need throughout the galaxy, and defended the Federation from threats such as Khan Noonien Soon. In her final fight, she was commandeered from Starfleet by her most famous captain and crew. Yep, she was stolen before being destroyed over the Genesis planet. Absolutely epic. Okay, your ugly constitution's in the way of this pretty one. Get out of here. Actually, I like that look, but that's not what we're here to see. All right, that's not what we're here to celebrate. Let's get out of my way. Ah, there's the D. See, now this is my favorite right here. If we're talking favorite enterprises. Next Generation. I like that everybody's flying by to take a look at the ships. All right, let's hail the NCC 1701D. The ship that introduced me to Star Trek. I was a little kid when this was airing.
Let's make sure that history never forgets the name. Enterprise.
The fifth ship to bear both the Enterprise name and her iconic 1701 registry, the Enterprise D is an iconic piece of Federation history, led by the principles of Captain Jean-Luc Picard. This legendary vessel ventured into the galaxy. Much changed since the original NCC 1701 had gone on her 5-year mission. During her time among the stars, the Enterprise D was present. A part of the major historical events, including first encounter with Q, the Borg, dedication, bravery, crew. Many more lives would likely have been lost in these incidences. Notable crew members, there's a list. Oh, there's even information, meta information about the show. In the original series is the point from which all Star Trek originates. The Next Generation was the franchise's first great test. While the movies with the cast of the original series were popular in the cinemas, the idea of creating a sequel to the show with all new characters was a bold one. And yeah, brought Star Trek back into the onto the tiny screen. I love it. Hey, the Defiant. I want to hear Cisco's voice. So chat, Kirk or Picard for best captain? Picard, for sure. Picard, for sure. Oh, the Defiant. It's going to be real hard for me not to get a Defiant class as my go-to when we get to that point.
We are explorers. We explore our lives, day by day. And we explore the galaxy, trying to expand the boundaries of our knowledge. And that is why I am here. Not to conquer you with weapons or with ideas, but to coexist and learn.
So they got a little breakdown of who Cisco is, why the Defiant is important with its fighting in the Dominion War, the fact that it was destroyed and replaced with the USS Sao Paulo. That was a great episode. And then they let the crew rename it, even though that's considered unlucky. So they had the Defiant at the end there. I'm really glad they did. It even says USS Defiant on it. It's gorgeous. I love it. Everybody's taking the tour. It's so good. What do they have in the details here? Star Trek Deep Space Nine is one of the most beloved series in Star Trek history. So this show took place about 2 years before The Next Generation ended, right? So The Next Generation was in its, I think it was like the 5th or 6th season. Let's say 6th season when Deep Space Nine aired. And that show started. Same thing with Voyager. Voyager started before DS9 was over. So they all kind of like changed together all the way up until Enterprise. Though I think Enterprise didn't start airing until after Voyager had finished, I think. But very cool. It's an unforgettable series. Impact of the serialized style can be still felt today. Yeah, this was the one where it had the longer plots. They actually started getting like season arcs, which is something that the original series said they wouldn't do. And then, of course, they started doing towards the end there. Oh, Voyager, the Intrepid class. So if Next Generation was the show that got me into Star Trek as a kid, Voyager was the first Star Trek that I got to watch from beginning. I watched the pilot, and then I was always there to watch it when it aired on, oh man, what was that channel called? They had, worst part was they did live wrestling on the same channel, so there was multiple times where they would cut off the end of Voyager to start airing freaking wrestling. Such crap. Anyways, let's go ahead.
In a region where shifting allegiances are commonplace, we have to have something stable to rely on. And we do. The principles and ideals of the Federation.
They couldn't get a clean audio cut of that. That was literally out of the episode. I think it was out of the pilot as well. So we will stay as a Federation crew, and we will follow the rules of the Federation. This is when she was incorporating the other part of the crew, which is the Maquis, as they got shot. This is Star Trek's version of Lost in Space. I have a special place in my heart for Voyager, but I know a lot of people, not the best series. They really could have done a lot more with the other characters. Eventually, the show kind of became the series was about 3 characters toward the end of the show. It was about 7 of 9, it was about Janeway, and it was about the Doctor. And like Chakotay stopped getting episodes. Perez, just mostly everybody else. Very cool though, very cool. Notable crew members. Star Trek Voyager was the first and still only Star Trek television show to star a female Starfleet captain during its 7-year run. They ran into the Borg. Yeah. They ran into the Borg, all right. And so we get species 847 too. So, Voyager. It's a very cool ship. The moving nacelles on it when it goes to warp. Okay. And the Enterprise. You go in for a refit and you come out all Sovereign class. The USS NCC 1701E. This was first shown in the movie First Contact, which is arguably the best Star Trek movie. It made the Borg what it is. A gorgeous model they used for that movie. They even brought back Worf for it and had the Defiant get its ass handed to it. And they wanted to blow up the Defiant in the intro to that. And the show producers for Deep Space Nine were like, no, you're not blowing up our main ship for your intro.
The line must be drawn here. This far, no farther.
And that's the line from the movie. Talking about his time with the Borg. Freaking good movie. Good movie. The Enterprise D, Sovereign class vessel. Rechristened in her honor, launched as the Enterprise E, the crew of the previous Enterprise. So the Enterprise was blown up. D was blown up in what was it, Generations? I want to say, with that epic planetary crash landing. And so when they introduced the new Enterprise, which was pretty brave to swap out ships, they came up with this. I think as all the modern ships go, right, where they take on that very sleek look, the Sovereign is the only one that can really pull it off. It is absolutely gorgeous. Everything else that's come after it, maybe the Prometheus kind of pulls it off. Definitely the Sovereign, though. Freaking gorgeous. Who's on board? Everybody from the first ship, except for Wesley Crusher, which is sad. I wish he was in these movies a bit more. Even though it doesn't really make sense for the story, I don't care. It's Star Trek. Make it up. What movies was it in? First Contact, Insurrection, and Nemesis. Insurrection gets a bad rap. I actually kind of like that movie. I dig it. Nemesis, take it or leave it. But First Contact, man, it's good stuff. Oh, Delta Flyer. Coming through. Oh boy, we get the refit. Damn it, Wesley. We get the refit Enterprise now. So we're getting into the movie. No, this is the Kelvin timeline. This isn't the refit. This is the iPhone Enterprise. Yeah, this is the iPhone Enterprise. As a reimagining, I think it still looks good. And I love that they kept the sticking out deflector dish, and they kept the effect, the rotating like nacelle toppers. It's like you can still tell, oh no, that's the Constitution. It's just, a 2010 version.
Your father was captain of a starship for 12 minutes.
He saved 800 lives, including your mother's and yours.
I dare you to do better.
He was also Thor, so good luck beating that, pal. Yep. All right, so this is the J.J. Abrams Lens Flare edition. Brought to you by Apple. We're not going to go too deep into that. I don't mind the movies. It's just another form of Star Trek. It's just another timeline. What was it? The last movie they did. Pretty freaking great. It's Chris Hemsworth's best role? Come on now, it's not his best role. Come on, he's Thor. He will forever be Thor, not... Oh, there it is. Now, here's a show that just got screwed left, right, and center, man. Enterprise, the NX, the Experimental Enterprise, first Warp 5 ship. This one only ran for, what was it, 4 seasons? Of which one and a half seasons got hijacked by a time travel storyline that was terrible. It was just freaking awful. And then the final episode got hijacked by the freaking Enterprise crew. Riker, who I love as a character, basically they hijacked the Enterprise's last episode and turned it into a TNG episode, which is really sad. But let's go ahead and hail them.
We'll find a way through this. But I won't leave anyone behind. Not if I can help it. I can't try to save humanity without holding on to what makes me human.
This did have some great episodes, though. Once they kind of figured out who they were, it took them a bit longer than, say, Next Generation or Deep Space Nine to figure out what this show was going to be like, which they did manage to do around season 3. And yeah, they were building up some really cool stuff, and they never got to do it. And that's on the show developers. Like, they didn't have to do that stupid time travel stuff. They could have gotten into what the cool stuff in season. They were slating for season 5. My chat's talking about it right now. They could have gotten into that by season 2. Absolutely, they could have gotten into the really interesting stuff. But somebody thought that time travel is always the key, and it's really not. Tell the story of this timeline; it's more interesting. But I'm sorry. They're missing the most important crew member on this list. Jonathan Archer, T'Pol, Chris Tucker, or Charles Tucker, Charles Tucker III, who is my favorite character. Reed is, okay, Tucker and Reed, that's a pair. Mayweather, Hoshi, Dr. Phlox. Where's Porthos? Scumbags. How can you not have Porthos in that list? Chat, can we get Porthos as a pet? Or a Porthos light? So I just binged watched. Oh, tell me this Sorrento's here. It's not gonna be here. No, it's not gonna be here. I think these guys are escorting us through this. Oh, that's too funny. Well, Discovery. I can't tell you anything about this. I've only watched 4 episodes of it. That's my next binge watch, is Discovery and then Picard. So let's just hear what it has to say. I like that it's based on concept art, isn't it? It's based on concept art of what the Enterprise might have looked like. And somebody was like, let's just make that a ship.
The only way to defeat fear is to tell it no. No. We will not take shortcuts on the path to righteousness. No. We will not break the rules that protect us from our basest instincts. No. We will not allow desperation to destroy moral authority.
Talk a big game. I can't wait to watch the show, actually, and finally sit through, because I heard season 2 and 3 is a lot better, but I don't want to read any of this, because spoilers. So, I'm not reading any of it. Come on, Fleet, let's go. Why do I have a bunch of attack shuttles staring at me? I think somebody ordered their fighters to, like, guard me or something. As we've been doing this, we've been gathering a larger and larger fleet. We're heading over to the next Enterprise, so let's go, everybody. What in the world? Whoa, it's like a really beefy Stargazer. Anywho, what are we coming up to? Oh, the refit Constitution. See, now you're talking. Is this the refit? Yeah. So this is the proper refit from the movies.
Wherever our mission takes us, we'll try to have a little fun along the way too, huh? Make a little noise. Ruffle a few feathers.
Wait, what? What is this from? This replica is an iteration of the design of the famous starships. While the Enterprise's most famous appearance is seen in an earlier museum, this is an example of what the starship looked like in 2257 under the command of Christopher Pike, while James T. Kirk may have what is this? I don't, wait, what? What? Spoilers! No! I'm out of here. That's okay. You can't look at YouTube without getting a freaking billion spoilers. Oh man, my little Miranda while the fleet follows me and no one is in a ship the size of my Miranda. What in the world? What are you? You're not the time travel Enterprise.
Theirs not to make reply. Theirs not to reason why.
Oh, you're from Stowe.
Theirs but to do and die. Into the valley of death, rode the 600.
So this is what? STO's version of the Enterprise? This is the F? The current troubles of the Klingon Empire. We hope you enjoy visiting Star Trek's museum and for helping us celebrate more than 50 years of the franchise. We live in one of the greatest eras of Trek, with more shows, comics, novels, and video games coming every day, and it has been an honor to keep that fire burning with Star Trek Online. You know, for a long time, Star Trek Online was the only new content that we were getting for Star Trek for the last, what, decade? So give them credit for that. Very, very cool. There it is. Nice. Is that the whole museum? I was actually kind of hoping there'd be like an interior that we can walk around and see some cool like. Whoa. Oh, it's the Dreadnought version with the third nacelle. Does it have the super beam on it? It's got the little weird wings. That's another player following us around. That's Tapaya. Very cool. What in the world is that? It has? Oh, it has the lance. Yeah. Okay, it has the lance. Look at the fleet. All right, hang on. I'm gonna turn off the UI. If we're gonna fly together, I think I'm the slowest of all of you. I'll even slow down a little bit. We'll go to 1/3 impulse so you guys can catch up. Did you guys get the shuttles off me though? Because they're not flying in formation. They're just staring at me like some kind of peanut gallery. It's gonna mess up the screenshots. That is cool. I look like one of the fighters that could come out of that ship. Like you could stick me in that hangar bay, almost. That's the scale. I don't want to give up my Miranda, man. I want to keep using it. I wish there was like when we tear up, I really want to get a I wish I could just get like a better version of the Miranda and keep rocking this thing all the way through. I love the idea with all these crazy ships that are in the game. I keep showing up as captain of the extra parts in my heavily modified Miranda.